Hello, thank you for joining us today at the lesson 19, which is the lesson, one of the lessons of the esoteric school, of the spiritual high school, like it was given by Rudolf Steiner 1924. It was given in German, and this now is in translation to English. And this time I also will say the mantrams in German. Please, if you are really interested in these lessons and in this high school, please try to be not disturbed at the work on this video and on this text and mantrams, to be in a very concentrated condition and to, if possible, see and hear it in one part without interruption. It is something what we really can call a worship to God, a Christian worship, a divine service, a Michael Christian divine service. So please try to be in the right mood to work on it, to hear it. And like I already said before, in the lessons before, it would be very helpful to first study science about the spiritual world, like it is really offered in several very good sources of this. And like the Anthroposophy, you can study a lot of things about how the spiritual world is built and how the human being, like a being having a body, a soul and a spirit, are part of a world which has a body, a soul's world and a spiritual world. And after that, work about how the ways, how they are described to become higher consciousness, higher possibilities of recognize the higher worlds, and then also work on the lessons 1 to 18 to become on the way, to get on the way to lesson 19. At the beginning, I will say the words of the second board, which we already heard in the lessons before. Recognize first the earnest guardian who stands before the gate of spirit's land, the entrance your senses forces and your mind's power refusing, because you are in senses weaving, in thoughts shaping, from spaces beinglessness, from time's deception power, the truth of own being, you must first forcefully conquer. Lesson 19 from August 1924. My dear friends, again we shall let the verse flow through our souls, which can bring to mind how everything that is, was in the past and will be in the future calls out to us to seek self-knowledge, for it is the foundation of all real, true cosmic knowledge. O man, know yourself, so resounds the world word. You hear it, soul powerful. You feel it, spirit wasteness. Who speaks so world fastly? Who speaks so felt heartily? Does it act through space, distant radiation, in your senses being experience? Does it sound through time's weaves into your life's evolving stream? Is it you, yourself, who, in space feeling, in experiencing time, creating the world, feeling foreign, sensing in space's emptiness of soul, because you have the force of thinking, losing in time-destroying stream? My dear sisters and brothers, we have let mantric verses pass into our souls, which through their force contain the path into spirit land, first passing the guardian of the threshold into what is at first a dark, gloomy night engulfed spiritual world where light is felt, which then becomes light for our spiritual perception. We have seen in this spiritual world how the human being participates, usually unconsciously, though he can be conscious of it, in the dialogues of the higher hierarchies of the angels, as though the cosmic word itself were acting together with the higher hierarchies. And finally we have been able to move on to the cosmic realm, where the choruses of the different angel hierarchies resound together. Let us now bring that to mind once more. How we had already continued from hearing what they beings of the second hierarchy were saying to where the beings of the first hierarchy speak, and now we are able to hear them speaking in harmony as in chorus. The guardian brings to our attention. We know this from previous lessons. See the ether rainbow's arc, light wasteness round. Let through your eyes light created force. Your eye penetrate the circle, and then look from beyond observation point, color flooding the world bowl. I will now always say the German mantra with it. Sieh des Ätherfarbenbogens Lichtgewaltges Rund, lass durch deiner Augen Licht erschaffne Kraft, dein Ich den Kreis durchdringen, und dann schau von jenseitiger Warte, farbenflutend die Weltenschale. After the Guardian reveals to us this spiritual secret of the rainbow from the chorus of the Angeloi, Archangeloi and Archai, we hear resound. Sense our thoughts, colors breathing life in the light flooded shell. We carry sensory appearance to spirit's realm of being and turn, world embedded as higher spirits surfing too. And now in German. Empfind unserer Gedanken, farbenatmend leben, in der Schale Lichtes fluten. Wir tragen Sinnesschein in Geistes Wesensreiche und wenden, weltdurchdrungen, uns höheren Geisten dienend zu. The spirits of the third hierarchy explain how they wish to serve the spirits of the second hierarchy for the benefit of humanity. We hear again the exousiae dynamis curiotetis in chorus from their realm. You're received from that sensory appearance enlivened. We awaken it in being. We give it to the rays which the nothingness of matter in the spirit's essence, love weaving manifest. And now in German. Euer Empfangenes, aus totem Sinnenschein belebtes, wir wecken es im Sein, wir schenken es den Strahlen, die des Stoffes Nichtigkeit in des Geistes Wesenheit Liebe webend offenbaren. And once we have heard how the beings of the second hierarchy creating the world approach our eye, then the core of the first hierarchy resounds, the thrones, seraphim and cherubim. In our worlds of will, feel our cosmic acting, spirit close in matter, when we create by thinking. Spirit creates in matter when we willing live. World is I willing spirit word. And now in German. In deinen Willenswelten fühl unser Welten wirken. Geister glänzt im Stoffe, wenn wir denkend schaffen. Geister schafft im Stoffe, wenn wir wollend leben. Welt ist ich wollend Geisteswort. Now we stand within the spirit world that underlies the creation of the world. We feel ourselves surrounded by the spirit world. We feel the world penetrated by the spirit world. We feel ourselves woven within this spirit world. We feel it penetrating into our humanity. Finally, we feel this cosmic spirit world streaming into our hearts. We feel our whole humanity immersed in the waves of this spirit world. We feel ourselves spiritually immersed in the spiritual world, interwoven with the world. The guardian is there in the distance. We had passed him by. He is now far in the distance. We now hear him as he softly speaks a last word of warning to our spirit ear from afar. The guardian speaks. Who speaks in the spirit world with the voice which blazes in the world fire? From the realm of the first hierarchy comes the answer. It speaks stars, flames. It flames seraphic fire forces. They flame also in my heart, in the primal being's fount of love, finds human heart, creative spirit flames speaking. It is I. My dear sisters and brothers, if we wish to enter the esoteric realm, we should first feel that the ancient holy Aye Asha I am, is a holy word which resounds from the other worldly reality. What our fleeting thoughts understand as I am is only a reflection of it. We must be aware that the true I am does not come from us in the earthly realm. that if we wish to say I am worthily, we must first enter the realm of the seraphim, cherubim and thrones. Only there does I am sound true. Here in the earthly realm it is illusion. In order to experience the true I am within us, we must hear the cosmic word, so we must listen to the guardian of the threshold's question, who speaks in the cosmic word? Seraphim, who went their way through the cosmic waves with spiritual flames of lightning, where we now stand. The word is flame, a flaming voice, and in experiencing ourselves in this blazing cosmic fire, which speaks in the fire language, in the flaming fire, we experience the true I am. This is contained in the guardian of thresholds question, posed from the distance. We have passed him long ago, and the answer comes from the realm of the first hierarchy. Who speaks in the spirit world with the voice which blazes in the world fire? It speaks stars, flames. It flames seraphic fire forces. They flame also in my heart, in the primal being's fount of love. Finds human heart, creative spirit flame speaking. It is I. This mantra will be written on the blackboard. The guardian speaks from afar. The human eye knows itself to be in the realm of spirit world, born by the seraphim, cherubim, and thrones. Who speaks in the spirit world with the voice which blazes in the world fire? Again, the answer comes to us from the realm of the first hierarchy. It speaks stars, flames. It flames seraphic fire forces. They flame also in my heart, in the primal being's fount of love. Finds human heart, creative spirit, flame speaking. It is I. When human words resound, then human thinking speaks through human words. When the Spirit's cosmic world word resounds, then cosmic thinking speaks through the Spirit's cosmic word. This lies in the guardian's second question, which we now poses from afar. the guardian speaks from afar. The human eye knows itself to be in the realm of the spirit world, born by the seraphim, cherubim thrones. What thinks in the spirit world with thoughts which out of world's soul form? They are the thoughts that come from all the cosmic souls, which belong to the beings of the various angel hierarchies. They form and shape everything in the kingdom of the world. Therefore, the guardian asks, who thinks the formative, the shaping forces? What thinks in the spirit world with thoughts which out of world's souls form? Again, from the realm of the first hierarchy, the answer comes to us. It thinks the stars' lights. First, it was the flames that speak the words. The stars' flames speak the words. The glow, the light that come from the flames thinks. It thinks the stars' lights. In lights, cherubim formative forces. They also light in my head. This is what the human being who stands within it all says. In the primal being's source of light, finding human head, thinking, soul, forming, acting, it is I. This is the second dialogue, as though the beings of the first angel hierarchy were given us cosmic permission to experience the real I am. What thinks in the spirit world with thoughts which out of world's souls form? It thinks the stars' lights. In it lights cherubim formative forces. They also light in my head, in the primal being's source of light, finding human head, thinking, soul, forming, acting. It is I. And it again will be written on the board. The guardian speaks from afar. What thinks in the spirit world with thoughts which out of world's souls form? From the realm of the first hierarchy, it thinks the stars' lights, it lights, cherubim formative forces, they also light in my head, in the primal being's source of light, finding human head, thinking, soul, forming, acting. It is I, the cosmic spirit world, must speak, thoughts stream from it, but the thoughts are creative, the thoughts are permeated with forces, the thoughts stream, and the cosmic beings and the cosmic events, everything which is evolves from them, in it, in the thought-bearing cosmic world, live the word created cosmic thoughts. It is not merely thinking, it is not merely speaking, it is force, it is creative, it is acting. Forces streaming in the worlds, forces inscribe the thoughts into the cosmic beings, into the cosmic acting, the cosmic events. Thereby, the third question, which the guardian of the threshold asks from afar, is indicated. What strengthens in the spirit world with strength, which live in the world body, the whole world which resounds from the cosmic world, which gleams from the cosmic thoughts, is what thinks and speaks in humans, what bears the body, the thought, pervaded cosmic body. The thrones bear it, or rather the thrones bear the thought illuminate cosmic spirit world, what is within it. Therefore, the answer of the guardian's question comes from the first hierarchy. It strengthens the star's world body, it bodying the throne's bearing powers. We must form a picture which is otherwise unusual, but just as one enlightens from light and can form the verb to life, from life, live, so also can one form the word to body from the force used to bear the body, to create the body. Because there's only one word in English for body, I feel justified in using embodying or bodying. And so we use here bodying. It bodying the throne's bearing powers. They bodying also in my limbs, in the primal being sources of life, finding human limbs, strengthening world-bearer powers. It is I. Cosmic world, cosmic thinking, cosmic body, the speaking, thinking, cosmic body is what the Guardian's third questions refers to. What strengthens in the spirit world with strength which live in the world body. It strengthens in the stars world body, it bodying the thrones bearing power, they bodying also in my limbs, in the primal being source of life, finding human limbs, strengthening world-bearer powers. It is I. And this now will also be written on the board. The Guardian speaks from afar. The human I knows itself to be in the realm of the spirit world born by the seraphim cherubim thrones. What strengthens in the spirit world with strengths which live in the world body. From the realm of the first hierarchy, it strengthens the stars world body, it bodying the thrones bearing powers, they bodying also in my limbs, in the primal being's source of life, finding human limbs, strengthening world-bearer powers. It is I. In a certain sense, my sisters and brothers, it is a kind of conclusion to the path that began in the realm of illusion, of Maya, which led us to the Guardian of Threshold, which led us to the self-knowledge, and through self-knowledge over to the spiritual realm, and allowed us to hear the course of the angel hierarchies. In a certain sense, it is a conclusion. When we now stand at the place where we may experience in ourself the true I am. Ayer, Asher, Ayer. In this dialogue we can experience when the threefold it is I streams from the heart, where it may stream from the heart, when it streams from the heart in such a way that it is the echo of what resounds in these hearts from the seraphim, cherubim thrones. Who speaks in the spirit world with the voice which blazes in the world fire? It speaks stars, flames, it flames seraphic fire forces, they flame also in my heart, in the primal being's fount of love, finds human heart, creative spirit, flame speaking. It is I. What thinks in the spirit world with thoughts which out of worlds souls form? It thinks the stars lights, it lights cherubim formative forces, they also light in my head, in the primal being's source of light, finding human head, thinking soul, forming, acting. It is I. What strengthens in the spirit world with strength, which live in the world body, it strengthens in the stars world body, it bodying in the throne spearing powers, they bodying also in my limbs, in the primal being source of life, finding human limbs, strengthening world bearer powers. It is I. Now we'll say it again in German. Wer spricht im Geisteswort mit der Stimme, die im Weltenfeuer lodert? Es sprechen Sternenflammen, es flammen seraphische Feuermächte, sie flammen auch in meinem Herzen, in des Urseins Liebequell, findet Menschenherz, schaffendes Geistes Flammen sprechen, es ist ich. Was denkt im Geisteswort mit Gedanken, die aus Welten Seelen bilden? Es denken die Sterne Leuchter, es leuchten cherubinsche Bildekräfte, sie leuchten auch in meinem Haupte, in des Urseins Lichtes Quell, findet Menschenhaupt denkendes Seelenbilde wirken. Es ist Ich. Was kraftet im Geisteswort mit Kräften, die im Weltenleben? Es kraftet der Sterne Weltenleib, es Leiben der Throne Traggewalten, sie leiben auch in meinen Gliedern, in des Urseins Lebensquell, finden Menschenglieder Kraften des Weltenträger walten. Es ist Ich. Here, my dear sisters and brothers, in a certain sense we have completed the first section of this first class in the school. We have heard the communications which we have received from the spiritual worlds. For this school is one which has been constituted by the spiritual worlds themselves. We have let the images and inspiration which can come from the spiritual worlds pass through us. They point out to our souls the path to understanding the true human I in the surroundings of the seraphim cherubim thrones. My dear sisters and brothers, it was, as you have heard in the General Anthroposophical lectures, Michael's super-sensible school in which such inner heartfelt teachings first resounded. They were the powerful pictures of the imaginative ritual at the beginning of the 19th century, where the souls who were selected to be close to Michael were taught to the school's revelation of the 15th, 16th, 17th centuries, and which was led by Michael and his companions in the way described here. And now we are here in this anthroposophical school founded by Michael. We feel ourselves to be in it. They are the words of Michael which were to characterize the path which leads into the spiritual world and the human I. The words of Michael, these words of Michael, of the super-sensible Michael school constituted the first section. When in September we find ourselves again in these class lessons, it will be Michael's will to describe the imaginative ritual revelations of the beginning of the 19th century. To the great increase in new class members, the announced second section could not begin in September of 1924. Instead, repetition lessons with additional content were held. These will be the content for the next time. To Rudolf Steiner's premature death, in March of 1924, the esoteric-school lessons were left incomplete. And the whole class lessons ended in September 1924. That will be the second section. What has been presented to us in mantric words will stand before our souls as pictures, which will be, to the extent possible, the pictures of the super-sensible imaginative ritual brought down at the beginning of the 19th century. The third stage of this school will consist of what will lead us directly to the interpretations of the mantric words that were given in the super-sensible Michael school of the 15th, 16th, 17th century. But it never has happened. We should feel how we ourselves go through all this in the spiritual world. We should always keep looking back to the physical, sensory world of the earth and humbly absorb everything that takes place in the physical, sensory world of the earth. Therefore, in conclusion, let resound on our souls again what, if we are capable of absorbing it, appreciating it, what resounds from every stone, from every plant, from every moving cloud, from every bubbling spring, from every rustling wind, from the forests and the mountains, everywhere from the things and events that resound from the earthly sphere, if we are appreciative of it. We were in the realm of the seraphim, cherubim thrones, even the guardian of the threshold, only cold from afar. We go back again with humanity, past the guardian out to the realm of sensory appearances, and again we let these words resound in us. O man, know yourself, so resounds the word. You hear it so powerful, you feel its spirit vastness. Who speaks so word fastly? Who speaks so felt heartily? Does it act through space distant radiation in your senses being experience? Does it sound through time's wave weaves into your life's evolving stream? It is you yourself who, in space feeling, in experiencing time, creating the world, feeling foreign, sensing in space's emptiness of soul, because you have the force of thinking, losing in the time-destroying stream. And at the end I will say the words of the third board. I entered these senses world, the legacy of thinking carrying with me a God's power had led me here. The death, it stands at the way's end. I won't feel the Christ being. It wakes in the matters, death, spirit's birth. So in the spirit I find the world and recognize myself in world's creation. Thank you very much. And what has been placed before our souls by the guardian of the threshold's words is Michael's message in this right, fully established Michael school, if we receive them with the right attitude. Michael's being is present in these rooms, consecrating and strengthening what has been placed before our souls. Therefore, it may be accompanied by Michael's sign. Michael's sign is and Michael's seal, which we has impressed in the Rosenkreuzchen mood for centuries, and which is expressed in the dictum. Ex Deo nascimur, in Christo morimur, per Spiritum Sanctum revivissimus. The first words, I revere the Father, are spoken accompanied by the gesture. The second words, I love the Son, are accompanied by the gesture. The third words, I unite myself with the Spirit, are accompanied by the gesture. The first gesture means I revere the Father. The second gesture, I love the Son. The third gesture, I unite myself with the Spirit. Thus, we may understand what is spoken as having been strengthened by Michael's sign and confirmed by Michael's seal, which is impressed over the Rosenkreuzchen words. So should the verses live, which have been given through Michael's sign and sealed by the Michaelic Rosenkreuzchen school for your souls. Michael's sign. The following is spoken, accompanied by the seal gesture. ex Deo nascimur, in Christu morimur, per Spiritum Sanctum revivissimus. Thank you very much.